traps. I mean, specifically towards short and hooker. Maybe even showers, but looking like actually they might look for some very deep short control here. Depth straight down. Fight two.
Let's go. Okay, we're off to a fiery start here. I guess that's one way to do it. Just instantly put G2 on the back foot. Nukkye still stands, but not for long. You got 3 players to fight. The pistol round looking heavily likely as those frenzies. What on earth? Hoody! How did you just get 3? Well, I guess it's fine. They were fine all along.
I just... They line up perfectly. It's heartbreaking to see ZETA lose 3 in that manner, but now Laz and Sugar left to try and recover this, and Meddo...
The audacity. The audacity just pushes back in. Okay, well...
That's a tilter.
MAP2, yeah.
That's a tilter as well.
That was the start that they dreamed of, right? That would have been perfect. Now, correct stack, but we know the weapons they come in with. So you're hoping for the best. And already the utility just poured in. Good flashes though. AvovA's blind, but Mixwell safe in keeping them under control. Because now just Sugar 0. Gonna get 1, but that's about it. Quick round 2. No messing here from G2.
G2 actually, I mean, really comfortable in terms of the next purchase. And that's with 2 rifles in this round. 3 if you include the Guardian.
Look at the pace again. Nukkye just happy to go. Unleashing. There's a lot of players here though. Gonna get caught by TENNN. It's already Nukkye's gonna stay in hand, at least for now for ZETA, but look at what they've lost in the meantime. But he's taking the space over towards long, but he's caught in between both of them. Barrel shown. Mixwell knows his players here. Prepared for one, couldn't convert on the second. Trade comes out. The numbers still sit favorably towards ZETA.
Depth just tucked into the corner. That spike revealed. Meddo, last man standing with the Guardian, just spots the rifle. Deal with Crow. I mean, anybody else falls from ZETA here, it's a little concerning.
And concern, because he's on 82 HP. Yes, spammed out a little lower now, but at 1v2, it's not impossible. He's got 50 seconds still to toy around with. Yeah, the spike's position's not great, but he knows where these 2 players reside. A little bit of utility as well, could facilitate the drop. See what he can do with this. They're waiting on the other side, going to hear the drop. They've got to know what's up. Doesn't get the clean fight he wanted, and Depth does well, but you're right. After what was looking quite like a clean round there for ZETA, actually gets brought.
Now, I mean, it's looking like B is the target once again.
Let's play.
Mixwell did actually get the tour de force available, so put that to work here.
Exchange of utility on either side, but you can see already the respect being shown. Pro's going to fall back a little, keep putting utility in, but he knows where they're coming from. They need to hit this rotation and relatively quick. Still have a player towards Suka though, so they've not completely lost control, but they've shown presence. They've hit the brakes for a second.
Still around is just Laz to contest Nukkye. Also, the ping's coming through already.
What a
see
fight.
that.
I've got your train.
Okay. After that pause for thought, they're going to invest the Seekers, but they still yet to really work off the back of it just now. Mixwell going to lead the charge. Nukkye still being held away for a moment more. As the first fight happens towards elbow, and it's a shutdown, it's a shutout. Yeah, Meddo still standing. Oh my word, that snap!
Spike down, B.
Sharp! But it matters not, as now it's just Nukkye. And maybe I should never say just Nukkye, as we saw what that one rifle could do in the final round of the last map, but this would be a challenge. Tucked just under that balcony ledge. Certainly no Romeo and Juliet at this point, but Nukkye desperate to try and get into this. Goes for the first, closes the gap, gets the kill, and now on 1v2, surely not to be, as Crow finds it. And again, it's not clean from ZETA, but it is a round.
Actually, this is almost the one where you'd hope Mixwell would have had the tour de force. We'll throw a rifle in the mix. Full armor as well, actually, so probably going to be the front man. ZETA, a massive adjustment here. Because it's an A stack with 4. I feel like they just spin the wheel here at this point. Laz is the only one towards B site. No pressure coming through towards hooker. Meddo going to show a little bit of presence towards short. But again, still 3 people here to hold it down.
I was going to say, they're probably going to feel the lack of presence from Crow's utility, but feel the presence of that pistol in the hand. Going to take Crow down, but still favourable to ZETA with those weapons. Looks clear close. Reveals Depth's position. Slow comes in. Laz now turns attention as well. Buying a little bit of time. Smoke goes deep CT. But again, ZETA holding for a couple more seconds. And the grand reveal spots them out, spots out a second. Oh, it's target practice right now! And Depp wins it all. Gorgeous, gorgeous shots coming out from ZETA.
Hold, which, again, I don't want to say it's concerning for G2, but to be shut out comfortably a couple of times here may force them to explore elsewhere on the map. And again, they really learned an awful lot in terms of the setup of ZETA on A site. Looks like this might be the round that try and figure something out.
First time they get to see this look, and we know how notorious it can be. Mixwell gonna facilitate the trade coming in, taking down Depp, and Sugar0 still gonna hold control towards Lamps. TENN, deep control as well towards CT, and a quick execution of AvovA.
Slight overstep, to be honest.
Can actually pop the ult. Nukkye right back at him.
Some more gymnastics from Nukkye to avoid the showstopper here.
Ridiculous. This
See
man.
what he can do in this position.
I mean, he's got to become the turret, right? He's trying to hold the line for them. He's trying to allow that plant to come in, create a little bit of safety, because they obviously don't have Lamps control right now. They have a very limited slice of the map.
Good awareness from G2 not to force their way into that as well.
Yeah.
There's a
on the
judge
other
on the other
side,
side. Exactly, yeah.
Cutting the site almost in a new way.
Laz has got past the traps though, so keep your eye on the minimap if that late flank does become a problem.
The timing on this is going to have to be right down to the wire. They want to try and make the most of it. That's perfect, though. Finding Nukkye, but there is a quick trade. Hoody gets caught, though. Timing not good enough. Mixwell quickly catches as they try and make their way through, and Mixwell with a follow-up. And now, do they dare expect it? He just got him!
There's no time.
Oh,
Reads the sound cue perfectly, though.
man.
Again, it's tough for Laz because ultimately when those kills come through on site, he then has to put
He
he
go.
has to be an all-out hold or got the snake bite to back this up as well.
Back and forth here of the utility. Sugar0 not quite giving away the game yet either. Cards close to the chest. Shower will remain in control now. AvovA's going to hit that TP. Gets himself up towards heaven. Now this bodes poorly for ZETA as they got two players stuck in towards the shower, and the rotation could be potentially now cut off. Looking isolated in the ult, even to allow the cross with the spike. This is tough for ZETA. Oh, an early read towards where TENN's position could be, and wow. Super quick from TENN.
Doesn't pull Nukkye off showers though. That's important because Sugar's still posted up. Laz, still aware of the possibility of AvovA is stuck there, and actually they come through to try and clear it.
What?
Is that one past?
He has no idea. Oh my god! Hoody turns around and still gets the other. I don't think he saw him. I don't think he saw him on the cross. And now Depp is in the weirdest spot here to try and handle it. Traded out by Crow. Seekers come through. Hoody left in a 1v2. High flash came out from Crow on the other side, but doesn't find what they want. Spike now recovered. 8 seconds for the flash to be back, but he wants that spike down. He wants at least a time on his side. Now the flash came through, did not find anything. Allows that first step towards this retake. Flash to hand now for Hoody. Repositioned to be able to catch this cross. Harder to clear and no flashes to do so. His body's on the line. He's going to find one, and the spacing not good enough for a quick trade out. It's now a bit laboured on the spray, but Hoody does well. And I do not know how he got into showers like that.
The Red Bull clutch from showers, they absolutely double down on that control.
Yeah, rightly so. When we look in now, what purchase is going to be left for ZETA? It's not ideal. 2 rifles. Stinger coming out for Sugar0, and odds and ends and on the other side. Good enough, but not perfect either. And a quick take towards Hookah. A little bit of a switch up here, a little bit of a different look, but 3 players making their way through from shower. You can see that instant crunch towards Meddo. So backline now looking a little vulnerable for G2. They have to be aware of this. There's a time limit on what they can do here.
That's even more concerning. Sugar0 will find another kill. TENN now still with a boom bot. Who's got a teammate on hand here? Are they going to wrap him?
Well, I think they were expecting that potentially ZETA kept pushing round, going almost in towards G2 side. They didn't expect him here, and they didn't expect that shot. Oh, he gets another! Unreal performance, but Hoody, can you do it again? You don't fancy it with this sort of walk coming in, not going to happen. Laz is waiting, and ZETA are always dangerous.
I mean, I called it. This is
It garnered recently. Back into this, though, we're at 4-4.
and ZETA will look to control showers early on here. Mixwell with the tour de force, going to try and find something. Hoody elsewhere with a Marshall. But the Viper's Pit invested here actually to cover both sides of entry onto B site. It does give them control of, I guess, the hooker dropout and towards garden, but nukkye again investing a hero rifle here. We know how influential that was in the closing out of map 1.
There.
And G2 doing exactly what I said. They're slowing things down just a little bit. But this round, ZETA, I mean, reading the purchase pretty well. They don't want to overstep the mark. Give away a freebie here. I mean, look at this. There's 45 seconds left. They're just now coming back towards A. No information whatsoever.
No.
And ZETA can just tuck in.
Yeah, there's still explosive potential though with G2, so... And everything we say...
Nice!
Real quick, just stuck around living in that second between death and life and took one with him.
30 seconds left.
Mixwell has taken the space back. Boombot dealt with, unfazed by it. Oh, hoody, what a shot. Sugar Zero gone, and there's now danger aplenty. And Mixwell, he ain't stopped. He slowly crept to the back line here. But you can see on the other side, it's not without consideration from Depp, but Mixwell is holding this. 12 seconds, they need to get that bomb down.
10 seconds left.
Oh, that's unthinkable almost. Now they don't have shower control. Keep that in mind for G2. They have not worked that part out yet. And they don't have the depth of the weapons, but they have the
No way.
adjustment.
AvovA just
from
TP'd
AvovA.
into heaven.
He's a madman. He's taken down Depp and he's taken the space. CT is not safe for ZETA to play back in from. They need the other side of this to find value. TENNN though, looking to find Mixwell, who's still got that ult popped. Still waiting on the other side. Flash comes in. Don't make the most of it yet. Spots the barrel, spots the player, gets the kill. Slows down Crow and they're struggling. They can't find a way back into this. ZETA have been outdone on this G2 looking sharp. That's at least going to get maybe a consolation in it, as this is looking like it's wrapped. The time ain't going to have it. And Laz, yeah, you could do the damage, but the round will be G2's.
G2 and Thrifties, man. Again, it didn't result in a kill, though. Luckily able to back away and still make use of that tour de force. G2 strike back now.
Ooh, I like this aggressive play. Tried to make it work. There was an exchange. Trade back and forth and quick control re-garnered by TENNN, and he expected the push up of Mixwell. Gets shattered. There's now 3 stand for G2. That early trade out of players. Yes, it takes Crow away, but still.
And this is a big win, though, because we talked about this being attempted in a previous round. This time they're rewarded for it. Early advantage here in terms of numbers. Actually, AvovA and Meddo trying to find space elsewhere.
Screen down.
I'm not sure if Hoody's even noted yet. I didn't keep my eye on his burnt up a flash. The second one back off cooldown now.
I've got your trail.
And the Seekers will be invested on B, but not going to learn an awful lot with the placement invested. And already ZETA have got 3 towards A site.
They heard Meddo spamming like not too long ago.
Hey, look where TENNN is.
That fussed, and the spike is down in the back lines. He might spot that. I don't think he noted the spike. I don't think he went too far. Yeah, but does he hear a step? No, Hoody's taken his time. He is shift walking the entire way. But he's going to be right in between, like, no man's land. This is a really weird position. Surely, if he just holds this spot, he's going to have such late round impact. He's surely going to spot a player. He does. There it is. TENNN finds...
hears this now. He
yeah,
hears it.
There's the steps. Now he knows. You can see the call, but he doesn't need support. He's got this all himself. Swings for the fight, and he gets AvovA as well. ZETA are digging their heels in.
That?
Go for it. What a performance.
Even Depp, man. Look at 15 and 7, 13 and 6.
And look, I've seen the Laz show. I've seen the Sugar Zero show. I'm glad I get to see a little bit more, right? A little bit of everyone else showing how good these guys are. They're pushing G2 on what is their stronghold. I can't reiterate that enough to you. Already, Depp. Gonna find Mixwell. Good start. Mixwell probably trying to find that time again, find that space again. Gets punished for it.
I'm really curious to see actually the first blood counter here, because that's the cornerstone of G2's success here, is early advantages and then, like I said, bullying their way onto sites. And here, ZETA already found 3 kills. Mixwell the first to fall. nukkye and AvovA, I mean, AvovA and 6 HP left in this one. nukkye again with a rifle in hand. 1 away from the showstopper here. I don't expect it to be invested in this round, but...
Enemy remaining.
AvovA now, at 6 HP, looking even more uncomfortable.
You came up with a nice new name
No, I
for
didn't.
the Boombot, Mike. Do you want to share that with the people at home?
There's absolutely no evidence that.
Don't turn it over.
No.
You have Tommy the Touch. I just want to see Icebox.
That's a good
Please.
Yeah, I mean, we come back to that discussion earlier. As actually, G2 going to dial up the pace a little bit here. TENN with an operator looking to hold back sound. And the showstopper here. Barry's going to trade off.
No shot!
What?
How does this happen?
10 down to 22 HP.
Still standing. Still standing, still firing, and still holding back G2. They almost got baited into it. Temptation beckoned, and they answered the call, and they merely found TENN on the other side. Still alive and kicking. And this looks like it could be 7-5. I'm just seeing the three players. We've got Mixwell, Hoody, and Meddo, and they don't have much like early progress anywhere now. They lost out on that shower fight. They weren't able to take much space back elsewhere, but eyes on the spike. It's over towards B for now.
Toxin screen down.
TENN will hear that sound cue. But already this rotation coming towards B site. Viper's Pit invested, but G2 going to drift back towards A. It's going to be TENN and Crow to hold down the fort. Trailblazers should give it away.
There it is, and instantly they pick up the pace, trying to close the gap. TENN, though, how much more can you do? The master of disaster at the start, and he wants a little bit more here. Here's all these
30 seconds left.
It's happening. They're taking the site away from him, but he's still waiting around on the other side. A little bit of utility invested, but surely he knows it's on guarding that spike plant. Flash comes in. It was a fake flash, but he's still unable to make the most of it. Mixwell takes him down. Raze comes in. TENN's back up. Can they make the most of him with a second life? No trade-off back. Actually, tell a lie. Sugar Zero found Meddo in the meantime, and now two. Mixwell and Hoody make it just Hoody, and he's a mile away, and he can't even see that spike. The defuse is coming in no matter which way you cut it. It's going to be 7-5.
What a recovery from ZETA. Honestly, the adjustment perfect. And actually, on the other side of that, G2's
map. So, again, I wait with bated breath here.
I'll say, I almost, you know, there's two rounds there, the pistol and the hoodie clutch, so you'd say should have gone to ZETA's way.
Yes.
He actually immediately hit. The challenge, and actually will face off with 10, but Sugar good for the trade. Pinch comes through, hoodie going to get caught off as well. Depp finds another. Mixwell in response, it's fast.
It's pacey. It's super pacey, but look at what's left remaining, too. Over towards long. Spotted. Mixwell's going to see one at least pushing up here, knowing that they're around, but look at the aggression. Crow! Oh, he tried to make the most of it, and Mixwell's just not letting that happen, as Depp now left all on his lonesome, a 1v3. We saw what could happen before, but surely not going to give him the chance. No, not at all.
Not again,
not
surely.
again. 5 HP, not going to get away. Mixwell going to be the guardian of the site and get G2 almost.
Nice attempt nonetheless.
And G2 have a good land nice, which is important.
That is crucial, yeah.
Nice. I did his ages earlier, actually quite decent too.
Okay.
I was impressed. Essential, obviously,
yeah.
at this level of play. Coming into this though, we do see the two frenzies, so TENN and Sugar Zero, the kind of ones to pack a punch, and Depp as well. Slightly upgraded pistol. Mixwell though starting to go farming. Mixwell getting that confidence, looking sky high. He wants to find the rest here, but you don't want to make mistakes. Easy, Tiger. Meddo's just going to be like, all right, bud, relax.
Mixwell's like, let me get the tour de force. Let me get it.
Just hit the brakes for a second. You're good. We're fine.
One enemy
We're
remaining.
fine. There it is. Nukkye just going to
Spike
shut
down A.
any of the possibilities out of this round. And again, Mixwell is just charging it. He wants to get that online, but Hoody is who wants to claim the final kill. We are back all even now. 7-7. G2 close
Towards A side at least. You see the ping actually coming out immediately here from G2 just to be aware of it. Nukkye again going to challenge outside hookup. Trade off for utility just now, but nothing really gained on either side.
But I do like how Nukkye's approaching this so far. It's almost that kind of like peacocking style of like just constant showing of presence. If he gets even one out of this, that's pretty great. On the other side, timing could be right. Nah, not going to get away with it. Two very aware players waiting in middle. Gets the punish, and they can hit the brakes for a second here. That's an early pick.
You can see as well, though, Sugar's utility is actually set up to stop Nukkye from getting back out, at least safely. He's obviously got the blast packs, but you see the intention there to crunch through. Sugar will actually recall.
Right there.
And no pressure towards A side just yet, and that trap's important in terms of AvovA and Meddo just not feeling any pressure just yet. And Hoodie's still playing pretty deep on this. Well, 45 seconds left. ZETA have to re-explore a couple of these angles. Nothing on the back of the flash. That could pull a rotation.
Well, Mixwell's leaving.
Yeah, yeah.
And rightly so. If you've got no information at like 40 seconds on a flash towards long like that, you're going to believe, you're going to put faith behind that. So little info shown. Hoody!
Wait, what?
Is his wrist okay? Someone look after him! I don't know how he just pulled those 2 kills off. snaps back, but the site is theirs. But it's only 3 of them now. They need to get that spike planted and put up the walls of defense here if you want to see them convert it.
That's all 3. They would have heard all 3 TPs.
They've heard the TPs now. Spike down is for a safe enough plant here. The post plants are important. It's deep in towards CT and on towards elbow. Laz might get the first fight on this, but look at the backside. There's not much safety here. Smoke in towards elbow and the cross and the drop looking pretty safe unless someone takes a high risk maneuver, and it looks like they want to try and maybe make that aggress now. Closing in towards the site, but they don't know where these players reside. There's so much utility on the battlefield right now. Meddo tries to step forward. It's a trade out of overtaking TENNN down, but there's Mixwell still standing. The spray from Laz. He needs another. He gets the reveal! Oh, no! But not enough left in the mag, and the defuse for AvovA as G2 take the lead.
I'm thinking their 10 was tucked in so deep in spawn. They should have heard all 3.
Yeah.
Sad. Actually, now ZETA back down to, I mean, Sheriff's on the board, a Spectre as well, but back down to pennies here. Tour de Force invested. Yeah, got to be careful because there's no real utility to figure this out here. It's going to be a dry swing. I mean, TENNN does have the boom bot, but
Right there.
Crow a little bit disconnected, and without that utility to clear out short, Mixwell can just post up here.
Get him.
Nothing to really push G2 off these angles just yet. Invested. Timing's going to be important here. How long does Mixwell hold this? Doesn't quite connect as you'd want. Actually, a little bit of chip damage on the way out. And Meddo, this is a dangerous game you're playing here. You now know at least 2 players, down 3. He knows there's players here. He's going to get pinched on that. And again, next one, who else is going to challenge this? It's nukkye this time.
In position to clean this up now, the reset on the paint shell. Laz, last one outside, going to find the headshot though. Hoody, next in line for G2. As you can see, Depp as well, looking to pinch her onto showers here, but
Yeah.
Hoody going to find the crucial kill.
But Mixwell's keeping it safe.
Yeah,
Really good adjustment from Mixwell. Not playing too dangerous, kind of keeping that safe distance from it. Just holding showers safe. That's all he had to do. And Sugar Zero has to try and make a play for it. 12 seconds. And closing the gap would be a big enough
10
problem for him.
seconds
And Mixwell is posted on this. And you can see them trying to bait the shot. Does well. Good work for Sugar Zero. Can't make any more of it though. So damage achieved, yes, but the round regardless is going to G2. It's now 9 on the board.
Egg 2 away respectively. This is the one ZETA have to put on the board. And Mixwell now with the operator online. Cover going out. A little bit of a pace change here. You can play a lot deeper on the back of this, but still happy to contest long. Depp going to punish it.
Fight, really good fight for Depp there, and you're right, finding Mixwell at the same time is everything. It's Hoody on an island, he's doing everything he can to just try and stay alive, and he's overwhelmed. No chance of doing it, and look how deep towards CT they've already got control. This could be a save right now. This is instant. Well, pace change and a half, mate.
Yeah. Oh, this is the one that they needed to make something happen, and actually, you look at it, they've gained the showstopper out of it, gained the res out of it. Sugar Zero still 1 away from the Cosmic Divide. That could be a pivotal round for ZETA.
Punchy. That was so quick.
I think they might have an opportunity. With Mixwell saving on the Tour de Force previously, then buying the operator, there might be a chance here to at least reduce 3 of the players of G2 down to a save.
You trying to do math on there?
Yeah, I tried to. I've stopped halfway.
Yeah, you really lost commitment on that,
Yeah.
didn't you?
I felt confident, and then I was thinking about it.
that's the worst
Not
part.
so much anymore.
Thinking.
Yeah.
Very dangerous game. I've avoided it most of my life. However, it looks like most of these players will be avoiding each other for the rest of the round. I don't know if anyone's close enough to challenge. I think they will be exiting with these rifles.
Well, 4 people sat below 2K. Showstopper to offset that slightly, so a bit of a bonus for G2. If ZETA tie it up, it could be interesting.
Certainly could be. Meddo instantly.
Meddo?
Meddo's made a meal of it, and he's been punished for it as well. Stuck around a little too long and just was on the receiving end of all that damage.
And this was the exact same setup we saw when they tried to crunch and catch nukkye inside with Sugar's utility early on. It's so simple, but it gets the job done.
Yep. Flash comes in. Okay, they're still around. The play up long's beginning, but look at the early exploration work from that's nukkye on the other side. It is, but now they have to run away. Let's see how far you can make it. Sent to the back wall. The Zekas go out on the other side. It's all about time, and they ain't got much of it anymore. AvovA still alive, but just being melted down in between the middle of it, slowed, everything thrown against him. And the last two players, we knew they were on that A side. Yes, they got here early, but already the walls of the defensive side have been just elevated, double stacked towards Hookah. Nukkye trying to just disrupt that as best he can, but he's given nothing on this.
And Mixwell's in full save mode.
Yeah, he's gone.
Like I said, I'm really curious as to how this looks. Yes, Nukkye has a showstopper, whether or not we're going to see an attempt to at least guarantee the first blood, but ZETA have been so good in terms of this early control. Yeah. So good. And we haven't seen Nukkye dialing in any pressure towards whether or not he's now adjusted towards A to make use of the paint shell and have that crunch in through the TP. But with Meddo being removed immediately, removes the snake bite, makes that crunch even harder.
I do want to see now, you know, this is one of those adjustments that is a big indicator for me is the, not really depth of G2, but I do want to see how they address that issue now. Because this looks like they've, you know, set a bit of a standard here for ZETA. They're like, okay, we've actually got some really...
ZETA is 5, going to stack up towards 8. And just one member towards showers. You see the pings out, yeah, G2 looking to get aggressive.
Yeah, but I think it's the same on the other side. ZETA aren't taking their time, and a quick TP and a quick rotation going to come through as well. Going to cut off Sugar Zero, and that's going to be half of this map now theirs, but the divide goes through as well. So Mixwell looking for a pixel out of place, but eats the flash. Has to fall away to safety and relinquish some of this. Nukkye's still trying to exist in those showers, but are they going to fully commit to this right now, ZETA? This is on a knife's edge. Oh, they are. Okay. Plan going to go down. Rez comes up. Divide still holding their safety for now as the paint shell comes in.
Laz has actually got his ult, but he's backed all the way away from the site. Now the wall being broken here.
I'm waiting to see when that comes through as well. Timing is everything. If G2 get the timing right, there's so many different angles to be worried about here. Laz going to catch it though. That's great work. ZETA just put that foot down. Unreal presence. Crow still holding on the side. Doesn't get caught by the flash. Easily got this one. As Laz has got his back and out. Meddo presented the unthinkable and unwinnable. I don't know how they kept composed in that.
They weather the ult, but he actually catches AvovA on that really late lurk. On the back of the TP, actually to crunch showers.
They've quelled the money, humbled it almost instantly.
Except for Nukkye.
Nukkye's always got a gun.
Nukkye's full by round.
Nukkye's
just always has a Vandal.
And look at it, but Crow9 on the other side, sitting patiently waiting for this, knowing that Nukkye would be tempted, beckoned, called to this and spotted. Crow though doesn't particularly win out in that first fight, and Nukkye's going to have to back away now.
Immediately the response is there with Zero investing some util towards site. Meddo though, he's got to be careful because TENN's already got here. He's got all the information on the back of this audio queue, and the Viper's Pit this time around invested pretty deep in lamps.
Yeah, very deep in lamps. Actually cuts off CT as well. Now where is that spike going all of this? You have to really go down. They need to secure a little bit of safety, and TENN is desperate to do that, but he loses the fight.
It's not pretty.
No, Hoody's still holding the line, and Laz, temptation, he wants to walk through it. Catch him! Oh my word, Hoody, how? How are you hitting that? As Depp, Crow, and Sugar Zero not going to be happy with this as Nukkye. Oh, he wants to go back in the timing. Sugar Zero must have just seen the barrel peek through and then took the timing just right. Spike now down, but the numbers do favor G2 in this. And getting a couple of rifles to boot. The spray not good enough to make more than one. Leaving Depp and Sugar Zero the only two standing bastions here for ZETA. The wrap coming in. Footsteps heard, the wall about to drop, and now there's problems. Depp can't do it. AvovA's found him. It's all on Sugar Zero now in a 1v3. It's done. Hoody gets the punish, and we're back all even. This game is coming down to the wire.
Hoody, man. I mean, the first, it wasn't pretty at all from TENN, but to then come through and find Laz inside is...
10, and we go back into it. Similar scenes over towards Hookah. Have to now give it up after the back of the flash. Could pull the rotation in, but not just yet. Quick work, though. A lot of presence now shown. Hoody's got to know there's a lot more players here. Depp eats the flash. Look at the little set piece in play, but the slow's going to keep him at bay. Depp, unpunished. Seekers come in, has to force the spray, and a lot of utility exchanged over towards Octagon, but no one really to make much of it just yet.
Nukkye a little bit stuck now. ZETA can actually slow things down and try and pressure this. Is Laz considering coming to the TP? Yeah, they're just trying to tag that vulnerable here, and they're desperate to clear Nukkye because this should be a freebie.
Yeah. And no one else G2 can really bail him out. They can't do anything about this. I'm looking at Laz for this lurk, and it looks like Mixwell's going to reevaluate this and going to go back for a second check. Post himself up.
The box!
The box! Peek above, so close. And there's the reveal. TENN's found Nukkye. Meddo with the trade out, though, finds Laz, but there's still 4 players present towards this B side of things, so it is a 4v2 essentially on this B site, but 28 seconds to go.
That's a very late Viper's pit.
Okay.
On short from Meddo. Again, it's not going to matter too much because ZETA semi-committed here, but AvovA will find the first spike down.
Crossfire.
Oh, it's perfect.
Nothing to dissuade it, nothing to break it, and you're right, the smoke coming up and Hoody and AvovA perfectly in combination.
ZETA. Again, there will be something to work with for the next round. Showstopper potentially to offset that purchase, but Depth with an operator now.
Oh, the aggression. This has been a little bit of a back and forth between the two to an extent.
It's always been Depth here. It's always been a little bit of a bait actually for Laz.
Oh, and the pick still is for Mixwell. Gets Laz and the trade out on the other side as well. You're going to have nukkye punishing Sugar Zero. Yes, eventually there was a trade over towards Hookah, but numbers disadvantage. But look at this rotation. So you've got Mixwell heading towards the B site, while they're kind of peeling back towards A here. This is a lot of pressure now put into the hands of Meddo.
And Mixwell still got that trap online here. Actually, the Viper does cut it off, but Depp now creeping closer and closer with this operator. Desperate for a pick to find an opening here for ZETA. The Spike's heading back towards B. AvovA's still got his paranoia as well, so he can slow this down on contact. No way. TENN can charge it down if he cancels.
The timing.
Yes, he does!
TENN, perfect place. Hoody, though, still standing, still holding, and still spotting more players. Tries to do what he can, become the turret himself, but he does get taken down by Crow, but supports him! And Mixwell gets a 2-for-1. Doesn't need the discount, they are rolling in it. ZETA, you got anything in the tank? Now is the time to try and rekindle that fire that you had before. Find that form, or G2. Do everything that they need to, and it's going to be Mixwell with the start, going to clear and find TENN. Trade comes in, but it's a fight towards long, and AvovA holds his ground. 4v3 now, favor to G2.
The next step is for ZETA. Actually, Sugar happy to swing on through here and punish once again. Mixwell landing every shot necessary. ZETA now just comes down to Crow and Laz. A 2v4 presented. G2 stacked up here, there's 3. And Nukkye's got the operator on the other side, so they can hold it. Actually, Meddo drifted away.
Okay, they've hit the brakes. They have full faith in Mixwell on this one, and rightly so. This guy has become the monster that we know he could be. And he waits. 47 seconds is all he has to wait. Flash comes in, he knows where they are. Eats the flash, though. Forced off the angle. And now presented a possibility. A chance for them to move forward. And another flash to hand, you can see it, but they don't opt to utilize it for now. 34 seconds here. ZETA being given nothing. You can see the absolute discipline
30 seconds
on
left.
G2, barrel shown. Each one now knows. Oh, the timing! The timing! He still gets it! He's just gonna hold this till the very end of it, and there it is. Mixwell delivers.